What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Let's Play Enter the Gungeon with Dog and Pony. I'm Dog and Pony, and this is Enter the Gungeon. So, we're playing as the convict, and today is the first video in this series since I changed the recording schedule pretty abruptly, my apologies, to Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday only, down from daily, and that's a big change. It's less than half, and I understand that, but it really needed to be done in order to make time for some new content I'll be adding to the channel. There will be more information on that in a channel update that I'm hoping to put up tomorrow. And that'll fill in Mondays starting next week, Wednesdays probably like 2 months from now, and Fridays hopefully in the next 2 to 3 weeks. And then Sundays will be just Death Road to Canada. But if you're watching this video, you might not care about any of that stuff, so let's stop talking about it and leave it to the channel update video. If you do care, you can also find updates about this kind of stuff on my Twitter account, which is at CMCGDD, at CMCGDD. Alright. So far we're having a pretty easy time. I really wasn't expecting this second wave to spawn. I guess dark nights just make me feel like the room was, like, done? I don't know. But we're doing fine. The sawed-off shotgun is doing a pretty good job for us so far. I'm not going to mess with that, at least not for the time being. Except for, you know, to use our Molotov, which is definitely worth using more than just in boss fights. I don't think we've exposed any secret rooms yet, so let's just move on. We'll check in our item rooms because that's where I believe that they're most likely to be, and if whether or not that's the case is yet to be seen. The Skull Spitter sounds like an awesome gun, and I'm like 99% sure we've never seen it before. The pea shooter we have seen. This guy wants to buy guns from us. Maybe we'll sell him some. He might also spell. Yeah, he does. He does buy spacebar items as well. So active items as they're called. And if we get an active item that we don't want, maybe we'll sell it. But it's a little bit of a risk to try to do that because while we're gone, we don't want to give up our Molotov, right? And while we're gone from the room, there's a good chance that the item can be stolen from us. So one way to avoid that might be to, before opening an item room, go... Oh man, that was a real late dodge there. Unfortunately, we've been hit now, so we have a reduced chance of getting things like keys, blanks, hearts, all of that. All the stuff you really need. But we'll build it up from here, hopefully not get hit anymore. Maybe even get another flawless boss fight. We've gotten it, what, twice now? Once or twice? That was some real lucky dodging there. I knew that I could dodge to kill those blobs, but I didn't think I was going to do so correctly, and it turns out I did, and it was amazing. It made the job a whole lot easier. The sawed-off, this is probably the one time on the first floor where you shouldn't be using the sawed-off. That and occasional boss fights, depending on the layout and who you're fighting, though I wouldn't name any specifics because I'm not confident enough to do that. But anyway, when we go into an item room, what we might want to do before opening the chest is go to the merchant and drop off our Molotov. Then if we get another spacebar item, this is just a really bad situation for us. I had to use that blank, and I've been hit twice in just this room. Really bad job, I gotta say. Really just, I need to get better about recognizing when we are in a room like this and getting out of the at least the starting corner. More often than not, if I'm taking damage on the first floor, or if I'm taking more than one damage in a room on a first floor, it's because of this layout. Or similar ones, or even, like, occasionally narrow layouts, especially if they've got slimes that I haven't reduced to size 1 yet. I'm going to switch to my budget revolver in case the sawed-off is necessary later. And because I want to be able to keep my distance from these enemies here. And the sawed-off really requires you to be up close. Obvious reasons. Low range, high spread. Here we'll use our sawed-off again. I think it's worth it. When he comes around this and shoots again, I think... Okay, he's not really giving us an opening. There we go. One more should do the trick. Oh, I was wrong. And one more, there we go. Okay. Where do we go for an item? This is my guess. This room is going to have a chest in it. I was wrong for one thing, and I don't think it's going to be worth it to try to drop our Molotov in the shop. For one thing, I don't even know if it's... My assumption is that the rat cannot go into the shop, that he'll be stopped. I believe we've tested this theory before, but I don't remember. But it seems like that would be the case. You're not allowed to use guns in the shop, and the only way to stop the rat is to shoot him. So, or to shoot at him. You can't kill him. But if you shoot at him before he grabs onto your your item that you left behind, he won't take it. So, we don't want the guy to get mad at us. So we actually got a spacebar item. Knife shield, better than the Molotov? It's a maybe. I can't go into that room yet. I don't think I'm gonna be able to get the rat gone from here. Maybe if I go into this hallway. Let's try this out. 3, 2, 1, back. No. Oh, there we go. Shoot him. Okay. Let's try my idea here. What's the button to drop a spacebar item? Not that we have to right now, but we need to in a second. So we need keyboard bindings and drop item G. Okay, I knew F was dropping your gun. G is dropping an item. So we're gonna pick up. We want to keep the knife shield, and I have a feeling we're gonna lose it if we do this. So let's try this real quick. Ready? Tab. Merchant. Where are you? I'm gonna scroll out for a better setup in the future. So we do this. G. This. This. And we did it! Okay, so now all we want to do here is give this guy the Molotov. It's holding the wrong thing. There we go. Come down here, grab the knife shield, and oh, goodness gracious. Okay, grab the knife shield. There we go. Almost got it stolen from us despite the good work we did. And the rat can show up in the shop. Unfortunate, but it is what we have to work with. And we got a little bit of money out of that. Can we afford the skull spitter? Yes, we can. So we're absolutely going to do that. Let's go back to here and grab our chest. What? I don't think I got to look at it yet. It was a brown chest, so we're not going to unlock it. It's not worth it for the key. If the other chest in the other item room, treasure room, whatever you want to call it, is also brown, we'll open it. But it's not worth the key to open a brown chest unless they're both brown chests. So we're gonna save it. Keys are hard to come by, and we don't want to waste them. This gun's pretty cool. Gonna use our budget revolver just to keep these guys at bay. The shotgun just shoots too slowly to make killing slimes easy. The budget revolver is definitely better for it. I'm saving the skull spitter for the boss fight if you're wondering why I'm not using it. That's another brown chest. It's unfortunate, but it happens. A lot more often than I'd like. We got the C4 stick boom. I don't know what that means. I think we can throw it and then detonate it later, maybe? I think we're going to stick with the knife shield. I don't know if we can successfully do this again, but we're going to give it a shot. We want to keep the knife shield. So let's do this. Ready? G. E. Scared him away. E, tab, teleport, and we did it. We're gonna sell the sticky boom item by dropping it with G. There we go. Picking up our knife shield once again. And we got a little bit more money too. I really like that strategy, but it does seem like it has a lot of margin for error. Or no margin for error. Pardon me for misusing that expression initially. I want to go back 1 second. I believe I checked both of these walls. I don't think I checked the bottom one. One more shot here. And then back to the other treasure room, where I will be checking that one. 4 secret rooms as well. And then I think what we really got to do is go back and buy half a heart, a full heart if we can. I can't remember the cost, or if there was even one for sale. Or there's not going to be one on this wall, but I don't really need that one shot, so it was worth a shot. Okay. Armor if we have to. Okay, there is a full heart for sale. How much does it cost? 30. We can afford it thanks to my brilliant selling scheme, just to improve our chances of surviving this fight. Remember to switch to the skull spitter, break a couple pots for good measure, and jump into this boss fight. Who are we fighting today? It's the Trigger Twins. You can tell because it's just an empty room. Skipping that cutscene, using our knife shield right away. We have 1 blank for this fight. I'm going to hit space, and that will make my knives target our enemies. I got hit. No flawless victory for us. It wasn't super likely. I'm still not quite at that level of play to get that consistently. On occasion I will, and then soon enough I'm sure I'll be getting those regularly. But we've only been hit once, and that's not too bad because we've already taken out one of the Trigger Twins, which means we're at the easy part of the fight. I may get hit again, yeah, but overall this part of the fight I do believe is easier than the first one because more bulletkin won't spawn, and you don't have 2 sources or potentially more sources of damage. We got our HMON credit, nice, and some armor, health, everything we need. In the glacier, refill your trays. It's an ice gun, a key that I somehow didn't pick up, and we don't want to use that for our brown chest. We want to save it for the next floor, where we will go right now. I'm going to use the glacier instead of the skull spitter because it freezes enemies, and that's obviously a very useful thing. I'm going to take a quick drink of coffee and then be right back in the game. Okay, it's really cold. It's no longer morning. And I poured this cup of coffee in the morning, so it chilled down quite a long time ago. This thing is awesome. I didn't know these shots were gonna do a bouncing thing, or as other people would have said, I didn't know these shots were going to bounce. I do want to refill my skull spitter, and I do think it's better. It does more damage, and they also bounce around, and they're piercing, and all that good stuff that we really want. We lost our armor. We got hit. I saw it happen. I didn't mention it at the time because I was talking about other things, but it's not that big of a deal. We should use our knife shield more often. We can't afford anything, but it's always worth it to come in here and take a look at what we might want. T-shirt cannon and the machine pistol are not really worth buying, even if we did have enough. This might be a treasure room. It's not. It's just a link back to our starting room. It's good to know that that is what that is. That is what that is. All right. What do we got over here, though? Just one of these rooms with an always empty shrine. What is this? Seriously, it seems so useless. I can't imagine what could possibly be in here, or how to fill it. I have a feeling like if we do something, we will get an item on the shrine instead of nothing, instead of an altar. Oh, darn! I just remembered something that I failed to mention in the on the first floor, that there was one of those rooms where you can like wait at that shrine and enemies will spawn and you'll get money. I really should have done that. I meant to go back for it, and probably just because I never actually said it out loud, I totally forgot to. Yeah, we want to offer a gun at the altar, but we want to make it our sawed-off shotgun. Offer a gun at the altar. At peace. Live to gun another day. Oh, did that heal us? Probably should have waited, but that's fine. Let's use our knife shield. It's helpful, it's good, and we want to use it, but we also want it to have time to recharge before our boss fight. And this is a good opportunity to see really how long it takes to do so. And it looks like it's pretty quick. Even after just like one more room, it might be recharged. And we're gonna do this. I missed. I thought those would target him, if I'm being totally honest. I didn't necessarily whiff that shot as badly as it seemed, because I wasn't aiming it. I thought it would, if we were near him, he would be targeted by the knives, and he wasn't. Oh, so I did whiff the shot. Just, I guess, can you whiff a shot you weren't aiming for? Or do you have to be aiming to consider a miss bad enough to be called a whiff? Here's our knife shield. Let's use it again, because it does recharge pretty quickly. We have a key as well, and we haven't found any treasure chests. Once we find our boss room and run out of keys is when we will do our boss fight. Obviously, we have to find the boss fight before we can do it, but also, if we find it before finding one treasure room, or if we pick up a second key before we find both treasure rooms, then that's when we'll do it. Also, if we open both treasure rooms and find the boss fight, we'll do it. We do have a second key. Obviously, if we find a third key, we're not going to stick around. That's not what I was saying. Okay. The shark guys, I think, are more dangerous because they do have the potential to really just fill the screen with bullets, whereas these guys just shoot those, which are relatively easy to work with. In the next room, we're going to go ahead. Maybe this is our first treasure room here? Now, we're going to go ahead and throw those knives to finish that sentence. And we've finished the room, circled around. Where do you think the treasure room is? I think it's going to be worth it to just clear out this path. I think after this hallway, that's probably going to be our boss fight. And obviously, therefore, a teleporter. I don't want to have to come all the way back here later on foot. So, yeah. This is a lucky guess. It's usually pretty easy to figure out, I think, anyway. We're almost out of ammo in this gun, which is really unfortunate because I like this gun. We'll make it last. We won't shoot more than one shot when we don't have to. And we're getting multiple hits out of shots. Unfortunately, we will shoot just one shot when we don't have to. And our knife shield's almost filled up again. I don't know if we should use it because we are getting close to that boss fight moment. Remember to jump over these. I don't think we actually have to because they're not the ones that fall out from under us. They're the spike ones, and we do have time if we do just run over them. But jumping is going to be a little safer. One shot left, and that means we're going to stop using it. And we got a blue chest. Definitely worth opening, especially because we have 2 keys this time around. Trick gun, reload to transform. That sounds cool. I bet it has a different ammunition type every time you reload. Gonna read the description though. Oh, fat bullets. I haven't opened the Ammonomicon apparently. I thought I did, but no, I guess I didn't. Let's read the descriptions on this. Even in death, bullets fly. This gun was crafted by Gungeon the Cursed from the skeleton of a gun dead that had become a specter. Gungeon's body still remains somewhere deep in the hollow, and it is from his bones that all curse arises. Interesting. And then we got, projectile shatter and freeze enemies. That's not special at all. And alternates between handgun and shotgun forms. Oh, okay, that's pretty cool. I was thinking it would have like a poison effect, then reload fire effect, reload poison effect, reload no effect, reload freeze effect. I'm gonna stop now. Okay. Legend tells of demon bullets that inhabit the lowest level of the Gungeon, making their lairs beneath the Great Forge. The trick gun is a favorite of the Gungeoneers who style themselves as demon hunters. Okay, that's good. Hit escape instead of I to close it, so it opened up the pause menu. instead of just going back into the game. Okay, which way to an item room? There's a purple fire here. Is that indicative of something? Yes, but it's not an item room. It is this guy. He's selling armor. What does he say? They are playing with firepower beyond their comprehension. Right, he thinks I'm a bullet, and I don't want to disappoint him. He's selling armor for just 30. Is that cheaper than it is at the shop? We should buy some for our boss fight, but I'm going to wait until our boss fight, of course. It's the same price it is at the shop, but we might get some sort of achievement progress for buying things from him instead of the shop. Though we might also get achievement progress for buying things from the shop. Who knows? If it's just armor, my guess is we've already bought that from the shop, so it's not going to get us any progress unless there's a spend X money in the shop. This is disorienting that I do have these shotgun shells now, and now I'm back to pistol without like changing weapons. It's something like obviously like I know why it's happening. I just can't like resolve it in my brain. Okay, and if I reload after like one shot, it does. Oh, free armor. That's better, right? Should I get the armor anyway? Just improve my chances. It is the second floor boss. These are bosses I'm less familiar with. I have a much higher chance of dying because of them. Hopefully this just circles around. It doesn't. There are more enemies here. Okay, purple bullet guys are gone, please. I hope there's no more. They disorient me, and I don't know like when they will and won't damage you. Okay, box guy has to go, especially if there's other enemies. Sniper, I handled poorly, but didn't get hit by anyway. This is our item room, right? We don't have to deal with anything else here? No, okay, still more enemies. Jesus. Sorry for the language there. Okay. Oh. And armor. Definitely welcome. Let's switch to our the one we're not going to use in our boss fight, which is the glacier. New. Okay. And then I do want to go back to our first item room because I don't think I checked the walls in there. The only rooms that I feel like are worth checking are the item rooms. Obviously, these secret rooms can be in other rooms, but this is just a better use of our time. Okay, and then I think we do want to go back and buy another piece of armor from this guy. He's got the Elder Blank as well, which is a spacebar item, and a Gold Amulet, which is a passive item that we cannot afford. We can't afford the Elder Blank either. But let's get this armor just for good measure. I think it's worth it. And that's it for the floor. So we're going to the boss fight with the Skull Spitter active. Hopping on in with our knife shield as well. Can't forget that. And we're fighting the Beholster here. It's not too bad. His lasers are weird, and his missiles can be rough at times when you're trying to avoid other things as well. This attack is what I refer to as his laser. I don't know what else you'd call that, so I'm sticking with it. I'll throw the knife at him. It was one left. Should have used a blank, probably, but I didn't. So we got hit. No flawless victory, unfortunately, but I don't think anybody was really expecting that. I mean, I was doing really well. We got him almost down to the halfway point without getting hit. Maybe we'll get him the rest of the way, only having lost one piece of armor. That'd be wonderful. Used a blank, pretty well timed there, if I do say so myself, and we lost our armor anyway. These skulls are really disorienting. When they fly back toward me, I think they're gonna hit me. That's not the case. I know they're mine, but just when you're trying to focus on so many different things, it can be rough. We beat him. That's nice. And we got some ammo for our trouble. Gonna pick it up, of course. Got a half heart and this shock rifle. Zap. We've seen it before, I believe, and I think it was awesome. And we have a whole heart to leave behind. Unfortunately, we don't have the special reward for completing the boss fight without getting hit. And we don't have enough money, not quite enough money, to buy another armor, because if we could get up to 3 armor on the next floor, we would be able to improve our elevator a little bit. Is there anything left on this floor that we've missed? Do you think maybe if you go back to the altar after clearing the floor, something's on it? Do you want to take a look? I'll take a look, even though I think it's going to be a waste of time. We are going to get an armor from our Gun Knight armor, or Gun Knight. Is it just Gun Knight armor? Because there's also like the Gun Knight gauntlet. Gun Knight armor. Armor every floor. Okay, we're going to get, I did it again, armor from that. If only we had 3 more money, we could buy another piece and be up to 2, and then if we got 1 more without getting hit, we'd be in a really good position to get that. I need to look, for good measure, I'm not going to go around and look for a secret room, but I am going to check this room. I don't know if one could even be in here, to be honest. It is post-boss fight, so we have the extra blank, though. Okay, I think we've done everything we can, except for shoot literally every wall on the floor. Let's go down there and just hope we find 2 armor and don't get hit. Probably not going to happen, but I don't know, it's possible, right? Stranger things have happened. Speaking of Stranger Things, it's a show on Netflix that does not sponsor me, and it's great, and I would recommend it anyway. I'm not going to go through the trouble of providing a link to that. Just go on Netflix and watch it. Okay, poisonous globs are worse than the other kind because they can poison you, if that wasn't obvious. So we lost our armor. It's not a big surprise. And we got hit again. This room was a little rough, but we got a key out of it, and that's pretty nice. Knife shield. Probably would have helped in the last room, but now it's going to help in this room instead. Whoa, I wasn't expecting that. I really don't know what's happening, I gotta be honest. Where's the enemy? Just gonna shoot over there where that arrow was pointing, and we're good. There's still things that are gonna try to hurt me in this room, but we can avoid them now. Whoa! Oh, why? Why would you do that? What is? There's no enemies left. Should I have shot those? Maybe. I thought they'd go away on their own. Down to 1 heart. 2 hits, 1 heart. These are fire barrels. They're gas barrels. They don't catch themselves on fire, but they will catch on fire if this flames near them, it looks like. And the shock rifle may light them on fire as well. We're just going to keep going in the direction we've been going. Explore this whole path. These guys I have not seen before. They're new to me. They're new to me on and off camera. Just use a blank. Get out of that situation. They seem like metal globulons. Globulons? I don't remember. Okay. This is a pretty rough situation we're finding ourselves in. Boss fight? No thank you. I'm not going to get through a boss fight on the 3rd floor, Black Powder Mine, without taking damage. It's just not going to happen. I may not even make it through the next room without taking damage. I want you to know, going into this room, that we could lose the run right here, and that's just fine. But to improve our chances of winning, we will do it, because we definitely can't beat the boss now. If we get a little bit of extra health out of this room, absolutely we're going to go fight the boss right after. But right now we need to fight more enemies. I'm going to throw our knives. Oh, we didn't throw our knives. We just used our knife shield. Oh, there's a sniper. There's birds. There's a lot of birds. This is one of those void birds. I don't know what they're really called, but I call them void enemies, and they're way harder than real enemies. There's nothing. There's nothing dropped here. There is a shop that we can go into. Is it worth it? We have to spend a key. That's why it wouldn't be worth it, and I don't think it is. We have 55 money. We need the help, so we're gonna do it. Oh, you're still alive? Yeah. I'm surprised too this time, so I'm not mad at him for that. If there was a way we could sell our weapons in here, that would have been really nice, but there's not. And we can't really afford any of these, is my guess. I don't think I looked at all of them, but yeah, we're way short. We want to be able to buy that other half a heart. We want to get the maximum value out of our shop because we did spend a key to get into it. And now we're not going to be able to open a chest. Maybe any, if we don't find another key, but probably we are only going to be able to open one while we're here. Throwing those knives. These guys, I hate when they get into the... I lost that half heart I bought already. I hate when they get into the cars. It makes it a lot harder, especially when not all of them are in cars. When they're all in cars, it's not, like, terrible. But when some are in cars and some are not... Skull Spitter! We're back to the Skull Spitter here. Almost got hit there. Need to reload before this guy, like... Yeah, okay. Makes his way over to me. I can't believe I'm still alive. I gotta be honest. Where... I say that a lot. I don't mean to. I gotta be honest. I don't mean to say I gotta be honest all the time. I just do. We got some armor. Hey, look at that. I want to stick with the Skull Spitter. I just... like, spun the wheel for no reason. We can give our guns to this thing for a better gun, but we can't get any money out of it. So what I'm gonna do instead is go back to our shop and buy our half heart. It's totally worth it, I promise. This is a long video, not that long, admittedly, but so far, like, we're past the 30-minute mark, and it's not because I had to do a second run this time. I feel really good that I did this in a single attempt. It's very likely a first, though I can't remember if that's true, that I went past Chamber 2 in one attempt in a video. Maybe not. I don't know. It's been days since I've played and I did no warm-up runs, so, you know, at the very least, that is pretty impressive. For me, anyway. I think we're about to circle back. We should probably just fight our boss at this point. We've got a full heart and an armor, so I'm going to do that. I don't want to risk taking any more damage. We're going to go in with our Skull Spitter and then probably switch to our Glacier after. And we're going to activate our Knife Shield as soon as we get in there. Who are we fighting today? It's like that weird, yeah, skull face. It's almost like, oh, the Cannon Balrog is its name, Guns in the Deep. It's almost like a post-death version of the Holster. Though I'm sure that's not the intention that they had when making him. Or her. Okay, this is going to take my full concentration, so I may not be providing the most exciting commentary here. It's not going poorly yet. I haven't been hit, actually, which is cool. I did use a blank, and it was my only one, because I had used one prior to the fight as well. I'm out of knives, but that won't be true in just a second. I can't keep an eye on that, but I'm going to try to watch it out of the corner of my eye. There we go, Knife Shields, okay. This is probably the hardest part of the fight, when he's doing this attack. But it's actually not that bad, so I was wrong. And okay. Almost out of ammo. I'm going to switch to my Glacier. I don't want to totally run out of ammo. I want just when I have a moment to do so, I typically like to change my weapon. And I got hit. It was a good run. We got some HMON credits, but I don't think we got enough to buy anything in the acquisitions department. We will check, though, you know, for good measure. Only 3, we definitely don't have enough. It's not even worth checking. I thought we got 4, but I do remember now that we only got 1 from our first boss fight. So that is all for now, but thank you for tuning in. If you enjoyed this video, and I sure did, make sure you click that like button. And subscribe if you want to see more in the future. Subscribing really helps me out a great deal. I'll see you in the next episode.